Hello, this is Raes. Welcome to my channel. I am doing an interview for online magazine Act 1. Thank you for having me. So let's get to it. Well, like I said, my name is Raes. I am Brazilian. I was born in Brazil and raised there till I was about 19. And then I went to America where I was for about 5 or 6 years. I went to uni there, and I've been here for a long time now in Britain, and I actually became a British citizen. How I ended up in music, not sure I ended up in music, but I've been doing music since I'm really young, and 15 years of age I think was when I wrote my first song, and I just got hooked on it and continue on writing songs and playing instruments, and you know, you can't escape it when you love it. I would say that's probably the first time I ever picked up the guitar or did anything significant with it, and that was when my grandfather died and I inherited these guitars, so I just locked myself in my bedroom with one of them and worked out the system, roughly what notes meant, and then I just felt that rush, and I loved it. I loved what I had just achieved, and that stayed with me, so I guess that would be the moment. That's really hard to say, too many. I guess everyone says they're eclectic these days, a trendy word, but I truly am, and I think every musician really is, because we're passionate about sound, we're passionate about music, so you gotta listen to everything, and there's always something to learn. So really hard to say, but in terms of names, I have to say I had an embarrassing obsession with Madonna growing up, so she was a big inspiration for me. Cyndi Lauper, New Order, lots of 80s and 90s, obviously, because that's the period when I grew up, and I think we all look fondly back, you know, into those times when we grew up, and those artists and that soundtrack kind of stays with you. Well, after I locked myself in my bedroom with my guitar that day, I came out and I performed for my mom and my sister. And so that could be considered my first live gig, or when I went to the family farm and I decided to perform to the dogs. We had like 20 dogs, so I just went to where they usually stayed when it rained, and I performed to them. I don't remember what I played, I don't remember if it was any good, but yeah, I guess that was my first live gig. So I wrote A Drive Alone back in 2009, I think, and then just kind of stayed in storage. I didn't do anything with it. So fast forward to January this year, I started this solo project, and I was just playing around in studio, and the producer heard and said, okay, I got loads of ideas for this is a good track. So we just sat down, and really the template came out very quickly. It was a very emotional track for me because I went through some emotional times in December. My grandmother passed away, so a lot of that energy got channeled into it. So process, not much. Like I said, it just kind of came out of me very quickly because I had just gone through, you know, my grandmother's passing. So it was one of those tracks that just kind of, I didn't have to sit and think, how am I going to arrange this? It was channeling emotions out of me, and it was just one of those. So it came out very quickly. It actually took longer to chop it because I came out with a 6-minute track in the end, so it needed to be chopped, and that process took longer. Of course I benefit from the evolution. Everybody does. If I didn't benefit from the evolution, I wouldn't be here giving this interview right now. I wouldn't be filming it with cameras, and it wouldn't be on the internet, YouTube, whatever. Everybody benefits from it. Now, I guess the biggest point of contention is, can musicians make money like they used to? Well, we know that's a really hard thing these days, and the big guns have not completely figured it out. So I haven't figured it out either, and I'm not the one who's gonna do it. So, or maybe I will, but you know, one thing at a time. So I'm just concentrating on the art, on the music, and then, you know, figure things out as they come. But I think the music industry is actually in a very good place because everybody can share the music, and that's a great thing. Of course, new music, because I'm working towards my 5-track EP. So I Drive Alone is just the first one of many more to come. and hopefully I'll have my next single out by end of March, I'm thinking, hopefully. So there's a lot more of that to come. Touring, yes, so I played Portugal the other month. I play a lot of London venues right now in the UK, but I intend to expand out of it, not just out of London but out of the UK, so maybe going to Germany in the next month or two. I just gotta sort out my calendar, and who knows from there what happens. One thing, oh god, one thing. I'm really cold right now, that's one thing. But I guess interesting thing, I don't watch the news. I jacked out of the news a long time ago. I find it stressful. I find there's a lot of mass manipulation going on. There's a lot of bias, a lot of idiotic stuff as well going on. So I just don't do it, don't have time, and my life has improved so much since. Right, number 10. So this one is really exciting actually. We're doing the James Lipton quick-fire questions. So for those people that don't know what that is, there's this show called Actor Studio, and and all these massive celebrities go there and they ask these quick questions. And I always wanted to do that because I used to do more acting when I was young than music, and everybody dreams of winning an Oscar. I didn't. I just dreamt of doing this show and answering these questions. So thank you for that. I think that word is freedom. It doesn't matter the language. It's not about the sound, it's about the meaning. The rain, I love the rain, and in fact I kind of put some rain sounds in I Drive Alone just because I love it so much. Quite a few, but I'll have to pick Sirens because that affects me on a daily basis, affects all of us. You know, I go deaf, I hate it. Many, I'm very fussy I guess, but the main one for sure by miles is security guard. Two reasons. One, because you have to stand up all day. I hate standing up for long hours. I have problems with my foot, no way. Number two, it's literally doing nothing for hours. I already feel like I got not enough time in my life to do everything I want to do, let alone just waste time doing nothing. And you can even check your phone because you're meant to be on the lookout, and defeats the point. So security guard. I'm afraid I'm a bit too controversial with religion and God and all that stuff, but for the sake of answering the question, I would say, considering all the bad in the world and the state this world is in, if God exists, I would like him to say, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. And that's it, yay! So, thank you for watching this, and was I not meant to do this? Oh well. Yeah, there will be a lot more to come, a lot more videos, music videos, interviews like this, whatever. So subscribe to my channel if you are watching this on my channel, or just listen to my music, Marco Raes. Thank you very much. Ta! See you later.